Good morning, everyone. So it's Thursday, February 18th. Um, I got into reading this The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. It was actually introduced to me by my older cousin, and we were just talking about, building a stable and financial wealth, obviously. And, I was telling him that I'm not a day trader. I don't go active and crazy on the day to day watching the market. And he recommended this book to me. So I started, I got the Audible because the best thing in so far in learning more, I prepaid an entire year, I believe, for, I think that was the weather report. We actually have a snowstorm going on outside. Um, there is 12 credits. I forgot how many credits I got, but it was like a little discount. So I buy these books on Audible, and I pick up used books, obvious hard copies from thrift books, and if they run out of whatever copies, I either go to the physical store of Barnes and Nobles or I order it on Amazon. Really depends on my mood, but obviously I try to get it for as cheap as I can first. If that's not an option, I really want the book, then I'll go and buy it retail or brand new, right? So I didn't finish this book yet from J.L. Collins. It's so far been pretty interesting, and it is very simple. And it got me thinking one thing that I never thought of. I do have a Roth IRA. I do have a company retirement plan that I'm contributing to. And I do have a regular brokerage account that I buy stocks with. But I never considered, and I don't know why for the life of me, I didn't think of opening up a second Roth IRA to just contribute more, because when I first contributed the 6,000 to my Roth IRA, I was and then I started putting money into the brokerage account to just buy stocks. And I'm thinking like I could have just opened up a second Roth IRA and put more into that. I did open up a custodian account for my son, and but that's gonna be for him. It's not really for myself, where I'm not gonna be able to, when I retire, start taking out the gains on that, the whatever it is in that account. So it's really not benefiting me. It's just I'm helping him achieve his financial goals when he gets older. So with that being said, I finally thought of it, and then I said, oh, I could just open a Roth IRA. I don't think you can open up a secondary Roth account with the same brokerage. So I am going with Vanguard. And in his book, so far from what I've listened to, and I haven't completed it yet, he's very pro. Like, he loves Vanguard. He did mention why. The fees are lower. It's for people, like it's built by the people, and not it's not really benefiting any. There's no structure, like fee structure. Um, and I don't want to misinterpret it, but when I take that information back out from the book, I will do it in my review of the book when I finalize it. But regardless, if I don't know, I mean, so far I enjoy the book, and that's a given. But I haven't completed it yet, and I don't want to give like a false, review saying that this is the greatest book in the world, or this is a must read. But it did get me thinking. I should have opened up a secondary Roth account, and this is what I'm going to be doing right now. I'm going to be opening up a second Roth account. I have Vanguard open. I want to see how easy it is to um, create an account. So far, you can see me trying to struggle here. Retirement plan participation. Okay. I don't have a user account because sign up for online access. I don't know. Am I even on the right page? I might be doing some edits out, because this is just. Let's see if I could do a Roth IRA. I don't know if this is it. Maybe I'll do another search. Let's see. Roth IRA Vanguard Roth IRA. Okay. Where is that? How's that different from where I was earlier? InvestorVanguard.com, and this is just retirement plans. Okay. Open your IRA today. I saw that earlier. Open a new account, move it. No, I want to keep. That's another question I have now. Can I have two Roth IRA accounts? Can I have multiple Roth IRA accounts? You can have multiple traditional and Roth IRA, but your total cash contribution can exceed the annual minimum, and your investment option may be limited by the IRS. There is no age limit for contributing to a Roth IRA. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. So apparently, I contributed my entire $6,000 to my existing Roth IRA. I thought I could open up a second account and put in another $6,000. So unfortunately, that is not the case. That deters my whole goal of opening up a secondary IRA. You don't have to take RMDs. Okay, I know. And he states that in the book. You don't have to take RMDs from all your IRAs. But then what's the point? What is the point? You can contribute to as many IRAs as you want, but the total deposit in all IRA is limited to an annual minimum. The annual minimum contribution for 2020 and 2021 is $6,000 or $7,000 if you're over the age of 50 or older. Now, guys, please comment. Just tell me why. If I'm contributing to an IRA, Roth or traditional, and I'm putting $6,000, okay, that's fine. That's for my max. That's my whole year. What's the point of having two accounts under your name, but you can only put in the same amount? I don't get that. Am I missing something? Is it just because you want to have different brokerage accounts and to work with that? But that doesn't make any sense either. If you choose one, why wouldn't you just leave it there? It's not like if your investments in certain stocks is going to be different from investing with another brokerage like Vanguard. Let's just say if you put money into an ETF and you go to Fidelity and you put money into the same ETF, it's going to be the same unless there's different fees. But even then, if there were different fees, why would that matter if you're limiting me to only $6,000 a year for contributing and combining both of them, which kind of sucks, right? So my goal of opening up a second Roth IRA has come to a halt because it does not make any sense. Because as of now, if I was to even consider opening up a Roth IRA, a secondary one, I wouldn't be able to contribute anymore because I already maxed out my existing, which I already have. I wonder how the government even knows that you have more than one Roth IRA. I guess you have to disclose it when you sign up. So that's a downer. So I guess I'll take my $6,000 and put it back into the brokerage account and buy more Tesla, Apple, and maybe some ETF funds in there as well. But of course, one thing I wanted to point out, the ETF, because it tracks the S&P 500, and so far the trend for all these years has gone up. So you're accumulating, money in there on the ETF. So the goal of that, buying the ETF in a non-taxable account, meaning like a Roth IRA or your 401, is that when you grow to a certain amount and when you take that money out when you retire, you're not going to get taxed on it. So it doesn't make sense to invest in an ETF in a regular brokerage account, because any money that you make from that, first of all, it's post-tax, the money that I'm putting into my brokerage account, right? That's just for me trading, not daily trading, but just buying stocks. So when 10 years goes by and I purchase let's just say I purchase an ETF, day one, and then 10 years go by, and this ETF was worth a lot more than what it was 10 years ago, when I go and cash that out, it doesn't matter whether you're retiring or not, because you're still going to get taxed on it. So not only are you putting in money that you already got taxed on, by the time you gain 10 years worth of interest or whatever, you take that money back out, you're going to get taxed again. So it doesn't make sense to invest in a ETF fund with slow growth. That's basically what that is. It's a very slow growth. I'm looking at here 5 years. You can see this trend. I mean, 5 years. Let's just say even if you held it for 20 years, 18 years right here, right? Till 2012, it was 111, and it's 360 now, right? So it's not like it's not worth it, because the returns are not as but there is a dividend, a 1.1%. I guess that's a little better than just leaving the money in a savings account. That's for sure. So yeah, that's my take on it. I could be wrong. Let me comment. Let me know what you guys think. Like, is it even worth investing in an ETF on a regular brokerage account where you're already taxed putting your money in, and you're gonna get taxed again any additional capital gains that you make from these picks, these stocks, these ETFs, these mutual funds or whatever. So yeah, unfortunately I couldn't do the secondary Roth IRA, which I got so excited this morning. I was listening to him. Maybe I missed that part. I woke up at 5 o'clock. I was like, oh yes, why did I think of it earlier? I'm gonna open up a secondary Roth IRA, and lo and behold, Investopedia tells you, no, you can't do that because you can't, which sucks. Well, thank you guys. I attempted, I failed, but I am going to try not opening up a secondary Roth IRA, but I will try to see what else I can do to grow my money. Thank you. Please subscribe, like, comment, and thank you for joining Future Wealth. See you again soon. Bye.